Hello, so this is a little bit of a different video today. You get voiceover Rachel today. I wanted to sit and have a chat with you guys because after months of working through this myself, I wanted to share how I've managed to simplify my life, not just in terms of possessions and what I surround myself with, but also where I choose to invest my time and my energy. I think especially with the state of everything right now, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. What's it like where you guys are? We've just been put back on another lockdown for an additional 6 weeks. So, if things even lift by the end of these 6 weeks, we're going to have been in lockdown for more than 6 months. I thought we could have a chat, and I'm going to share some of my footage, some of my memories from July with you. And let me know in the comments, what do you like to do to help simplify your life? Because maybe something that you do will resonate well with someone else and they can take your ideas on board. I'm seeing so many people saying that they feel like they lack energy. So many people feel like their time is divided by so many things throughout the day and like they can't give their full selves and be present in each day. And I know I absolutely used to feel like that all the time. And my lifestyle might be different from yours. And so the way that these things have worked in my life might need to be applied a little bit differently if you want to take them on board, because your lifestyle could be different from mine. And it's been a big journey of self-discovery for me. If you're feeling overwhelmed, not your best self, drained and not creative, I prompt you to take some time to be with yourself and listen to what you need. We all have responsibilities and regular daily life demands, but it doesn't mean you can't give something back to yourself. By simplifying my life, I've been able to reclaim some time, feel less stressed on a day-to-day basis, and regain a sense of creativity to help reduce my anxiety. It's not gone completely, but there are a lot of days where it's so much better and there's less pressure. The first step that I wanted to talk about is finding what really matters to you, and I urge you to take some time, even if it's just 10 minutes. Better if you can take multiple chunks of time over the next few days to define what really matters to you. Aside from your regular responsibilities and the things that are non-negotiables, what do you want your lifestyle to look like? It might not be possible to change everything at once and have a complete shift within a week, but it will at least give us a sense of direction. I noticed this a few years ago when I was working non-stop, because don't get me wrong, I love it. I love feeling productive, I love sharing, I love creating, and I love coaching women to feel and look their best and understand how to fuel their bodies. But you also need to refuel yourself too. I didn't want to just work 12 to 14 hours a day, 7 days a week and never take a break. So what do you, realistically, want your lifestyle to look like? It's not possible to drop all responsibilities, but when will you create the time for the things that you enjoy? What are your hobbies? Do you even have any anymore? The next step that I took is to impose your own goals. Once you've decided what you want your lifestyle to look like, it's time to set your own goals and your own standards. Do you think that you're not productive unless you're rich by 30? Do you think that you're not fit unless you have abs? Dive in and figure out where this standard comes from. Who did you learn that from? And when did it find its way into your priorities? Is it still important? I think a huge part of happiness is feeling like you're showing up for yourself each day and putting your best foot forward in everything you touch. Note that I said your best and not perfection, because that's not realistic. When you start to examine where your beliefs came from, you can see what you created or what you inherited from someone else. What makes someone else happy won't necessarily make you happy. Setting your own goals will help you simplify what is and is not important to you. And once you've been able to define this, so many tasks that weren't yours to bear will fall off your to-do list. Step 3 is allowing yourself to actually enjoy time off and breaks. Do you finish work and then realize you have a million things to do? Laundry, dishes, sweep the floor, look after the pets or kids or whatever it is you have going on in your life. For all the time that we're working, busy, and generally doing things, our brain requires time to process. Not when you're asleep, but recovery and downtime when you're awake too. a life to enjoy, not an endless to-do list to tick off. For me personally, so much of my stress came from imposing impossible lists on myself every day. 20, 30, 40 things to get done, and the anxiety that held my hand was pushing me through each day. I was relying on this buzzy energy that didn't truly belong to me. It'd push me through and leave me exhausted by the end of the day, every day. And I had to tell myself, you're allowed a break. And a huge revelation that came to me is that you're not actually supposed to feel guilty for having a break. And I had to ask myself, why do I feel guilt for not being productive every waking moment of every day? For some of us, that guilt pushes us to be ever working, and for others, I see it create a mounting pressure and it paralyzes any choices. I found that the best way for me to enjoy breaks throughout the day and to enjoy my time off is to schedule it in and to stick to that schedule. I like to use the phrase that you need to slow down to speed up. Simplify your schedule to make the times you need to be more present and engaged and energized. Step 4 is less time planning and more time doing. So leading on from actually scheduling breaks and things like that, let's spend less time planning and more time doing the things we want to be doing. Find an efficient way to keep yourself goal-orientated and moving forward without spending heaps of time figuring out when you're going to do things. Planning is one thing, but executing is another. By doing this, you're going to be streamlining your day. Next is don't be ashamed of your boundaries. Now that we've started to create a more simplified life that we want, we need to learn to not be afraid of having boundaries. As someone who doesn't want to let people down, I used to be too afraid to push back on things and be like, sorry, I can't do that today. It's going to need to wait until my next work day, or I'm too tired to hang out right now. Can we do it another day? As much respect as you give others, you must also give yourself. The next step I touched on a little bit in my book Less, learning to minimize your distractions. And I honestly feel that by teaching yourself to minimize distractions, you'll get through your tasks more efficiently. Learning how to do one task at a time is a great start. And I know that sounds really silly, but I used to think that I was a brilliant multitasker. And research actually shows that our brains are pretty rubbish at this. I find that a simple way to do this and allow myself to focus on one thing at a time is, as a really basic step, to log off apps or social media accounts. Sometimes it helps to put on focus music, and sometimes I love to use the airplane mode in my phone so that I don't get any notifications coming through. The older I get, the more that I am realizing that not only do we need to manage our external resources, I think a lot of people have made sense of that now, where it's a clean home is a clean mind and all of that sort of thing, but we really do need to manage our internal resources as well. I hope you guys are well, and I'm looking forward to catching up with you in the comments. Let me know, what do you like to do to help simplify your lifestyle? So I'm looking forward to chatting with you guys below. And if you're new around here, I hope to see you again soon. So feel free to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of my videos, and I'll catch up with all of you guys next time. Bye!